Hello there guys, it's Stephen and Phil here, back with another video on FOOTY.COM. And this time it isn't a shirt review, it's 8 shirt reviews in one video. As you know, the Women's World Cup is here on Friday, so today we thought we'd run down our top 8 women's international shirts. Phil's done the hard work already in a blog over on FOOTY.COM, so I thought I'd nick it for a video basically, as we run through 8 of them very nice kits for the Women's World Cup. There've been some gorgeous ones this year, hasn't
yes, there really has.
It's like they basically got bespoke designs as well. It's not like just a bunch of copies of the men's kits. The women's have got some shirts that are genuinely nicer than the men's ones, and I can't wait to watch them in action. If you don't know, it kicks all off on Friday. France takes the pitch, and they are in this list as a spoiler. We're going to start with number 8. And Phil, you've gone for Sweden's home kit.
I have, and this is one of just a couple of adidas designs. They've not featured particularly heavily on this list, but having said that, this is one of my favourites from them.
Yeah,
and it's a really interesting design, a take on one of their early 90s shirts. Sweden had, like a lot of teams in the early 90s, a really good Adidas design.
Yeah,
with kind of 3 straps coming from the side. You probably would remember it if you watched what was in the 90s. And this design,
yeah, generally does.
Yeah, this one is kind of an abstract interpretation of it. It's got kind of a glitchy theme, which is something which Adidas have done a lot this
2019,
year.
there has to be a glitch somewhere, doesn't
there
there?
has to be a glitch indeed. We have talked
Down
about
with the
that
kids.
A lot. Absolutely. And a really interesting detail on this one as well is that the numbers, and I don't know if they're going to use these numbers for the tournament, but I saw a lot of promo pics with famous women or inspirational women for the team in the numbers, which is a really nice touch, and it actually looked really quite good actually, despite the kind of patchwork nature of it. So,
I'm loving this centralised crest of all. A really nice little touch there,
yes,
and it's very deserved to be in at number 8 of a bunch of very nice shirts. In at number 7, we've got Brazil's gorgeous away kit. This is just so nice. Look at that gradient pattern. That's weird geometrical. It just pleases people on so many levels. What a gorgeous shirt that is.
It does, and you're right. You have to kind of look closely to really appreciate the detail. Very much reminds me of a Cruzeiro shirt.
The one with the stars on, yeah.
Indeed, yeah. A team which in Brazil are famous really for their great blue shirts. And it has that kind of constellation theme to it, definitely. As you say, with the gradient, an interesting choice to have that. But actually, I think the overall effect is really good, especially when you see the full kit there. Really, really good details. And I think one of many shirts which are better, I would say, than the men's equivalent. The men's Brazil away shirt was fine. It had a nice idea, but this feels like a slightly more.
It's one of those shirts I wish I had in person, because you don't really appreciate it on photos until you see it up close and the bigger pictures, because it just looks so nice. In at number 6, we've got England. Come on, England! They play on Sunday against Scotland for the first time for the first game of the World Cup, and I think they're at home, so they won't be wearing this. But this away shirt is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that pattern on there.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I think if you take all England shirts, maybe the best shirt we've had since the turn of the millennium. I really do think it's that good. I think, in terms of they've
released this in the men's shape as well.
They have.
So it's popular.
Yeah, exactly. Men's sizes, and I would definitely snap one up if you do like it, because it will probably be popular, especially if England do well in the tournament. And
look at that pattern. Why have we done this before? This kind of rose thing before.
I can't think of a kit that's done it. Certainly not to this level of quality. I think. The other thing, just the shade of red. I mean, it's more of a kind of maroon, really, isn't it? It's much more
blood red.
It feels really quite fresh after many England kits over the years, away kits, where they've been, the kind of more classic red. So really good take, and
it's a beautiful kit. I can't wait to see the action. It's another one once again where the details would be lost from a distance.
It would,
I think this is quite a bit of a trend throughout these kits, as you'll probably notice, apart from a couple which really jump off the page. But this one, it's just a beautiful kit, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. In at number 5, we are now in at number 5 is Netherlands kit, Netherlands home shirt, another once again where look at it from a distance, you're like, okay, but then you look up close and it has this gorgeous kind of once again geometrical kind of shaped kind of pattern going on.
Yeah, I really like the pattern on this shirt. It's based, I believe, loosely on a tulip, which is kind of one of the, I guess you think of...
It's famous for in Amsterdam,
images of, exactly, the Netherlands, and you think of kind of fields of tulips, maybe a bit cliche.
What's the tulip? Where's the tulip in the pattern? I can't really see it. Is it meant to be
I believe that's the way the sort of the shape almost kind of buds.
Okay, I get it, kind of.
I'm not sure if that was
Amsterdam buds, eh?
Yeah, indeed. that may be one of our sort of rubbish facts there, which might not be accurate, but
who knows?
But either way, I do really like this shirt. I think
gorgeous.
Something about Holland, obviously they're a nation that have had some good shirts.
They're all unique. It's so nice, isn't it? It's really nice that all these teams are getting unique kits.
Well, that's the thing, and I really like the fact that it's the details again. You know, Netherlands have had, I believe, for the last couple of times now, they've reworked their crest, so it's actually a lioness instead of a lion.
Really
nice, which is a nice touch. You know, you don't notice it obviously in a lot of pictures, but great to see that attention. I think as well, just the things like the collars, which actually the England shirt and a few other shirts have this improved collar, which is great over the men's shirts. And indeed, for a few club teams, you're getting that collar this year. But yeah, I do really like that shirt. I think it's definitely an underrated one for me, that.
One, it's definitely not underrated, which has been seen out all over social media. And every time we post this shirt, it goes wild on our Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and whatever. It's the Germany, the home kit, which is basically last year's men kit, but they made it dead nicer, more colourful, and somehow much more modern as well at the same time. It's basically like they've refined and perfected this beautiful shirt. Just look at that design.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is
glitchy.
It's
2019.
Yeah, glitchy. You've got kind of the geometric nature of it.
Controlled glitch though, with the like kind of horizontal stripes.
Well, I think that's the thing about the way the patterns are created. Again, it's quite despite it looking a bit kind of abstract or a bit kind of crazy, actually, it's still very much identifiable as that Italian 90 design.
It just brings it into the 21st century, or the 2019 basically. Last year's Germany home kit for the men's team was really nice, but you think, oh, that was really good, but in my head I didn't realise how much nicer it could have been until you see this and you think, well, this is exactly what a modern version should look like.
Indeed, and I think a lot of people I remember saying at the time with the men's shirt, were saying, no, it needed to be in colour. But to be honest, that's only just one of many things that could have been improved. And this Germany women's shirt, I think, is the example of what could have been done better. As you say, you know, it's taken that pattern.
They just fit into the boxy aesthetic.
Indeed,
it's great.
I think for me the biggest thing as well is how the pattern on the men's shirt, it looked a bit awkward when the pattern went onto the sleeves. It didn't quite. It sort of was trying to, but couldn't properly do it. But this shirt, it's all contained in the centre.
It makes sense for it to stop, doesn't it?
Exactly. It looks like it's not sort of trying to do something else. I really like the subtle lines across the shirt as well. I think they add to the design.
Yeah.
So really, really strong. I think that
is that available in men's?
You know what? I don't think Adidas have done that, which is a real missed opportunity.
This one is. In number 3, we've got this. I've not seen many polka dot football kits, and Phil's probably going to know more than I do. Is there many at all? Can you think of any?
Honestly, I can't think of many at all.
Why not? Look at that.
After this
is one where you need to see the full kit to appreciate. This was obviously, it came up front and centre in that incredible Night Women's World Cup advert. Who's not seen it, go watch it. It's really good on their YouTube. And this kit, I love it. And I've actually seen the men's version, and it doesn't look as good on the men as it does on the women, which is because it's cool. It's meant to be for the women's team. It just looks badass out. It's so simple. It's just so simple. It just works so well.
It is really, really good. I think this shirt has been probably the most consistently praised shirt. I think, 1 and 2 on our list, no spoilers, but they're potentially a bit more Marmite. I think with this shirt, though,
yes, I agree.
There's no doubt in its quality.
This is I think this is probably the public's number 1, isn't it? But
I think it is, and I think for France as well, it's great that they're the ones getting it. They're the hosts. They've also had a bit of a history in terms of some similarly kind of, I think, strong shirts. Maybe not as well praised as this one, but in 2012 they had quite a famous design, which was essentially a white base with black horizontal stripes.
Yeah.
And they brought that for the pre-match top for last year because it was so popular, that design. It has that kind of thing about it and that was a design which was, I believe I can't think of the guy's name, but a very famous fashion designer was involved in that shirt. And it feels again like a fashion piece for this. It's really, really
it does
good.
look a little bit like hospital scrubs. I can't put my hand on why. But it's just weird, isn't it? Something as simple as polka dot just jumps out so much. It's because something that's just genuinely fresh. When we look at kit designers, I think, look, it makes them exciting. They've done this. Like it's just such a cool shirt, but it's not at number 1 or number 2. In at number 2, we've got China's Awake, which is another way you have to get close to see that gorgeous kind of pattern. And this is, I got a feeling Phil likes this as much because of what could have been for the men's shirt, which was a shirt that appeared a while and then disappeared and never got released to the public. This one did. Look at that pattern. It's just amazing.
It's amazing. I think Funnily enough, when I first wrote that blog, actually, this was my number one, but it's since been
usurped
pipped to the second place, but by no means. I mean, this is kind of the Liverpool to the City in the Tartar race, if you like. Yeah, this is only a point in
40 wins in a row.
Yeah, this is the kind of shirt which, as you say, the pattern is unbelievably good. It's very intricate. The fabled men's shirt, which never saw the light of day, that one was very similar, but actually what I liked at this pattern, and I thought it was the same pattern at first, but when you look at it closely, it's actually a phoenix as opposed to the dragon of the men's shirt
rising from the ashes.
Indeed, and also similarly, we talked about the Netherlands, and it's great that this shirt actually also has a reworked crest from the men's.
Yeah,
the phoenix.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Featuring, which is great. So small details again. They've improved the colour. The one thing about this is the colour of the shirt is very unusual, but
I'm not as a big a fan of the orange as you are. But
yeah,
I definitely get behind it.
I think it is obviously a strange combo. But,
yeah,
but they've pulled it off.
It's bold.
Yeah,
it's
bold.
fun. But it's not number one.
Ugh.
Because number one, and you probably guessed by now if you paid any attention to the Women's World Cup kits, and this would have been my number one, just because it's mad. The Australian women's home kit. It looks like someone's gone crazy with a paintbrush, and I love it. It's bold, it's crazy, and once again, it's got the whole thing where it goes onto the socks, like the women's, the French away kit.
Yeah.
Look at those socks; they're incredible. They're just so mental.
Socks.
What a shirt in at number one.
Absolutely superb, deserving winner. As you say, things like the fact the pattern on the socks and on the back as well. I mean, these are things which we don't see a lot. Yeah,
socks
it's
are making a
real
comeback.
dream. Absolutely. 2019, the year of the socks. And the pattern itself is fantastic because it's not just a really creative design, but it does have history.
It does scream Australia as well.
Well, that's
it?
the thing.
And
and they had a design which is very similar, or at least a similar kind of idea in the early 90s. This is like the modern day equivalent of those 90s patterns. And the colourway, Australia have a fantastic group of colours, don't they?
They really do.
The green and gold and the flashes of white there. I mean, it's really hard to fault the shirt at all. I think
you couldn't change it without like ruining what it needs to be.
Yeah,
it's very much. It is what it is. It's a design and a style that was meant to be that. And its randomness and its eccentricness is its core strength, and you can't change that without. Yeah. It's literally the best version of that shirt possible because no one else could come up with that other than the designer because it's just so unique, and that's what makes it brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think this, if you've been following our club kit videos, if we were going to rate this one, it would definitely go top. It just would be above
96 something like
exactly. This is the kind of shirt. This is the benchmark. This is essentially this year's Nigeria, I would say.
Yeah, hasn't got the attention, has it?
Hasn't got the attention.
I guess it hasn't kind of caught onto certain cultures and so on in general.
Yeah, and obviously
probably because it's not the men's kit as well, sadly.
I think that's basically it. And obviously the women's game has had really good coverage this year. It's definitely been the best year in terms of coverage for women's football, and the kits are a good reflection of that. These are stunning kits. In many ways, this is kind of showing a lot of people what kits could be like, actually, as opposed to what we saw.
It's so refreshing to watch it and see all these kits come out from adidas and Nike, not just one of them there. And this is a beautiful bunch of kits. That is our top 8. If we missed any out, let us know in the comments below. Let us know if you agree with the list and the order as well in general. Don't forget, if you are new to FOOTY.COM, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure as well you check out the Women's World Cup. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. Go and check out our big kit 2019-20 review series as well, which will be on screen after this, and we will see you very, very soon for another video.